Guys, welcome back to another week of Mortgage Matters in Minutes. I'm your host and owner of Mortgage Specialist Brent Rasmussen. Today, we're going to talk about real estate markets and what it means to have a buyer's market, what it means to have a seller's market, and why does it make a difference. Especially if you're looking at the financing piece, it does make a huge difference depending on how much time you have to make decisions, to plan, to start getting organized for that day that you want to move into your new home. So let's first talk a little bit about what a seller's market is, a buyer's market, and then we'll talk about a neutral market. And right now we're here in Omaha in 2025, and we're seeing it be a little bit of everything across the board, depending on the day, depending on the neighborhood, depending on the location of the property as well. So wanted to kind of fill you in there because individuals might have an idea of how the market should be or is, and that might not be necessarily realistic in regards to what they will expect when they're out looking for a home. So, seller's market. Let's talk about what it means to have a seller's market. It means the seller it has all the favor, or sellers in favor, sellers in control, meaning there's a very high demand for homes at the time, and because of that high demand, the seller gets to call the shots. So there might not be very many houses for sale. There might be very low interest rates. There might be something going on with people moving around and wanting to be in a certain location. I.e., as an example, North Dakota a few years back had a massive housing problem because there was a huge amount of drilling for oil. So there's different real estate markets that can happen, and they can switch sometimes very quickly depending on what's going on. So in a seller's market, homes sell very fast, usually within a few hours, maybe less than a day. So consumers don't have as long to think about what's going on and make the right decision or a decision for their family. Sellers also aren't going to be helping with paying your closing costs as a first time buyer, negotiations of any kind. It's going to mostly always favor the seller. And that doesn't mean it's a bad time to purchase. It just means that's what the market entails. Just like the stock market. Sometimes the stock market's high, sometimes the stock market's low, but understanding what the market is in real estate makes a huge difference. So let's talk about what it means to have a buyer's market. It is the complete opposite, meaning there's lots of homes to pick from, that the buyer gets to ask for concessions or a lot of different things on a offer that benefits the buyer. They have time to consider that property, days, weeks, maybe even months before they make a decision. And a lot of us across the country go back to 2008 and remember those times of how long a house might take to sell. It could have took up to 6 months or 9 months for a certain property to sell, depending on the location and the condition and all the above. Also, in a buyer's market, you'll see home prices possibly lowering, and from day to day, obviously incentivizing individuals to buy that particular property. So that's a buyer's market. Let's look at what a neutral market is, or a normal market, which means it favors neither side. Both sides are going to be treated fairly equal, meaning that sellers may give in a little bit to buyers, buyers may give in to sellers, and hopefully we have a win-win for both parties. That's always the toughest type of market to spot. And I would tell you right now, possibly in Omaha, we might be seeing overall more of a neutral market because we're seeing more inventory coming about. We're seeing sometimes that people have a little bit more time frame to make a decision. But in certain neighborhoods that are always highly desirable, it still can be a very much a seller's market in regards to what's going on. So no market is perfect, and no market is going to stay the same over time. Buyer's markets, sellers markets, things can change on the whim of hours, days, or months in regards to one or the other. Just knowing what you're getting into really helps you as a consumer make the best decision. Again, markets shift, markets change. It could be interest rate driven, it could be economics driven, it could be what the government might be doing with different things that are going on. All of these things are going to impact the housing market, also is going to impact the stock market. So we follow all these things at Mortgage Specialists to give you the best guidance, because we feel if we were in your shoes, we would want to be educated the exact same way. I'm Brent Rasmussen, owner of Mortgage Specialists. Love to help you with any mortgage question needs you have. We always can refer you to any other licensed professional that you might need, as in a licensed realtor or an attorney or a title company or a CPA or insurance agent. We work with these people on a regular basis and we know who to go to and who to have you trust for their professional, just like you would trust us. We'll see you here next time on Mortgage Matters in Minutes. Have a great week, all. Mortgage Specialists. Driven, trusted, reliable.